Hey, what's up YouTube? Robin Hood Bricks here, and today we're going to do part 2 of our lovely skate park, which we started last time and got a lot of good comments, but also got a lot of suggestions, and I mean an absolute load. The most popular of which actually was having Mobility Scooter Dude throwing some shapes, doing some moves on the skateboard ramp, which I think deserves a bedoying, but I'm not sure that's one we want to keep because the poor old guy's going to have a heart attack if he keeps going at this. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Good. Well, last time I was admiring the wonderful symmetry of these bright, colourful ramps, these three up here with the ladder at the end, and thinking they looked absolutely lovely, while simultaneously having the next one staggered off to one side and not symmetrical at all. In fact, even exposing some sort of ugly side area of ramp here, and you wouldn't really be able to skip between them at all. So the biggest suggestion, pretty much of all, was just to move this two studs off to the left, which is really simple, but I think it's going to be really effective. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. I mean, I started from the premise of basically having two of these 8x16 base plates kind of buried in here, so it kind of defined where this ramp was going to be. But I don't have to use 8x16. I could use a 6x16 plate into the base plate and have it all moved two studs along. So yeah, very simple but very effective. I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, quick bedoying for that one before I've even done it. There was a lot of demand for me to put in my lovely cross-section scene here that I was saying, some sort of sewage pipe or something like that. And I was thinking, well, if I make it the full size available, I'll probably be big enough to have a construction man kind of walking through all of the brown slop there, kind of in there, but it'll be quite an interesting and fun scene and a good use of that space. So I'm going to do that as well. A third one, this was also me, was the yellow panels all along the back. Continue this brown line along the top, which I've got on the rest of my key side, because this might have been a converted key or something at one point. But anyway, I don't really like it. So I figured I'll put it basically on the bottom of all the yellow panels, and that'll lift them up just a little bit more. And that will also enable us to use this wonderful Monkey Kid sticker, which I've got across two panels saying Monkey, which looks really good indeed. And I've done a bit of clever sticker surgery on these already, in the fact that when they're designed by Lego, they're kind of designed to have a gap between them, between the two different separate pieces. But I like to line the sticker right up with the edge. But then if you did that, it would be kind of like there was a section of the pattern missing because, well, they kind of print them so you will have that gap in between. But what I do is cut out some of that edging. See, there's a little bit of edging missing from the outside sort of rim of the stickers, and stick that down as well. So this piece is actually two stickers, a very thin one, if you can see that join line, from the edge of the sticker sheet, plus the one you were supposed to use. And when all three stickers are combined, it is absolutely seamless, like it was spray painted across both pieces in one go. So that is really good as well. And then I had lots of good suggestions to add more rails on the top of ramps. That was a good one. To add another ramp at this end, maybe kind of like a starter ramp that's very steep, where you kind of plummet in and get all of your speed going. So I think that's a really good idea as well. So bedoyings for that as well. And I think we've got even more suggestions incoming. But yeah, do you know what? I'm starting to warm to this guy being on this ramp. He does look like he's having a great time. So yeah, let's get started with the basics. I think I've got to pull all of this up, half of this up at least, and, well, all of that back wall. So yeah, quite a lot of backwards momentum before we start going forwards again. But I'm hoping that will be very much worth it. So let's get started with all of that. Hey, this is good fun. My little sewer cross-section with a man wading through a shallow puddle of dark brown filth. You can see I've actually got his foot level with the tile, so it's actually sort of sunken into it like he's wading through it. There! And there's the obligatory poop right next to him as well that he'll have to step over or around. But he looks quite jolly. I mean, it tends to be the case with the people who work in this sort of a job. They don't mind it, they get used to it, and they're quite jolly with it too. So he's got a wrench, because obviously something's leaking somewhere and needs tightening. and that's where he's on his way to, underneath the street level, unbeknownst to everyone else who's enjoying themselves up here. So yeah, I've had all that up and I've sort of put it down using plates rather than one of those base plates, and I can retile now. It's all nice and strong. I've sort of built it into this wall with two thick brown plates and so on. So that is pretty cool. I really like that. Yeah, that is a great idea. Now I have exposed a bit more of the cross section on the orange, so I'm going to have to patch those gaps as well. So yeah, we're going further into redoing what we did last time before we can rebuild. But yeah, that is a great improvement. And oh, you can almost imagine the symmetry that we're going to get in a minute. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Brilliant. That's better. Oh, yes. Clearly how it was supposed to be in the first place. You were right. Now somebody could really use all of the ramps without sort of having a stutter step in the middle if they were going for a sort of grand performance or something. And oh, I just love the symmetry of that first side. So yeah, this one does cut more into the pavement, but so what? It wasn't really being used for anything else. I've added the rails to the top here so we can have this guy doing a hand plant or whatever that's called. Seems a lot of you in my audience have got some real skateboard knowledge, and I have none, so I'm going to be using all the wrong terms. But yeah, you wanted some sort of rail at the top, so that's what you've got. You wanted some sort of hand plant, so that's what you've got. It's probably all wrong still, but you know, you get the idea. And I'm warming to having this guy permanently in this position because he was kind of stuck over on Old Market Square with the ramps and the bollards and stuff like that. So maybe he gets through this area of town by going through the skate park. You never know. But with that grin on his face, you know he's having a great time, even if he does come a cropper with a heart attack. Yeah, so I've got it all seamless now on the edge profile. Looking pretty good all the way back to where we were last time. So everything's back in place. And the other benefit of all this, of course, is that I've gained 2 studs at this end. So I've got room for this slope right up. So that's going to be incredibly vertical. I think you'll just drop off that and plummet down to get some speed up straight away. But yeah, that means it's a little less dangerous when you plummet off this one. And you can kind of do a ramped wall ride to get back into the sort of street section or something like that. And then I've got my monkey sticker, graffiti, all in place there, looking good. Yeah, I kind of did it all and then realised I had to take out all the yellow panels again, didn't I? Because I didn't do that at the same time. So, yeah, I've had it all apart twice. But, yeah, that is looking really good. I don't mind the fact that the ladder's slightly overlapping it. In fact, I think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. So that is fine as well. And I've put in a couple of these little kind of X Games type Island Extreme stunts flags in on top as well, on these black and white sort of banner holders. They came from 6739 Truck and Stunt Trikes from 2002. And I wanted to kind of incorporate them into the area as well. So yeah, it's just a bit more decoration. So maybe there's some sort of street competition going on at this point. And then I'm going to bring in the slide, which will be something like that. Looking good. And I'm hoping to do some more patterning on the tiles here, so it's not all just dark blue, but with a bit more lime coming to life, because I really like these patches of lime. Some people suggested I use red, but you know, I've used red for the holders of the bars as a compromise for that one. And then this whole wall, which I can build next, is going to be black and white checks. I kind of think of that as being a skateboarding type pattern. You know, it's a bit sort of 80s selector music as well, sort of thing, but I also think of it as being sort of Vision streetwear and things like that, if you remember the old 80s, 90s brands. So yeah, a bit of checkerboard black and white will add another sort of contrasting colour and pattern to the area as well. And I've looked through all my stickers for more graffiti ones, and I found this one. Well, we knew about this one from the one of the city skate sets, and I had it on a sheet as well as on a piece. So this one I'll probably put somewhere else in the city, because the artist would do more than one copy, wouldn't he? But the other one I've craftily cut out so I can stick this somewhere in our skate park. So I could put it directly onto a ramp, but I was thinking maybe a good spot would be, I don't know, sort of about there. I think that looks good, probably just over the line of the piece. So yeah, that would be very in keeping with the area. And then I thought, well, why not include the actual skater that is on those stickers, this video character from the season 1, the shark singer as he was. So yeah, maybe he's the mascot of another skate brand and he's here doing some promotional work. So standing around getting photographs with the kids or something like that. I thought that'd be a good way to use him. I mean, how on earth else am I going to use him? So he'll probably have to be somebody somewhere near the sticker so you get the connections. Maybe he's up here or something like that. But that'll be really good. And then I've got a few more potential candidates for graffiti stickers as well. So I don't know what to do first, whether to do more graffiti or to do the wall. Maybe the wall first. Or maybe the graffiti first. Yep, I've stuck that shark one onto the back wall and added to it with a couple more from Friend Sets. The one on the left says Pranksy and is from the Italian restaurant set. And the one on the right, the smaller one, is kind of one of those little sprite characters that seem to be in all sorts of stickers on the Supergirl sets. But that kind of fills up that area very nicely. Looks broken up and interesting. And then these ones I got all from the same Tiny Turbo set, where they have those sort of large base plate pieces that kind of fold out, that is the play scene. And the big stickers that were in that I kind of chopped up to get the relevant bits out to decorate this ramp with. This white and blue one, goodness knows what that's supposed to say. And then the orange one here on the ramp, and another part of that one on this rail slide. And I think that just makes it look a lot more organic and well used and enjoyed by people who like spraying things with spray cans. And you can start to see the beginning of that slope now, the sort of drop-in ramp. And we've got black and white colouring coming off that. I have to sort of build into the next flat section over here as well. So we're doing some structural work to support that as well. Probably need another cross section in due course, but we don't know what we're doing there yet. And then I probably need to look out for a lot more stickers to fill in some of these gaps on the back wall. The only ones I've really got left are, well, they'd be more like posters rather than graffiti, wouldn't they? With a Gravity Games one. That looks all right. And this sort of X one, which is off a spoiler from a dragster or something from way back when. Anyway, I've done the tiling on the bottom as well, with these green arrows tying into the lime green that we've got elsewhere. And they're going to line up with the bottom of our lovely slide, which is probably the least realistic part of the whole thing. But I think when I connect that up here to the turntable piece, which I'm having trouble aligning with, there we go, then hey, it lines up perfectly with the bottom. So basically you'd go onto that, nearly kill yourself coming down, and then start charging towards one of these two slopes. And well, it looks pretty dangerous to me, but yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? With more sort of layers to sort of look under and around. And I'm not too worried about that bit not having a sticker on now, because you can barely see it anyway. So yeah, maybe I will just put that rubbish X one on. Cool. So we're getting there now, aren't we? We're starting to fill up. We've got our nice big aligned and symmetrical ramp scene. We've also got our drop-in ramp, or at least the bottom part of it, and our street scene. But the one thing I want to do in the corner is kind of a L-shaped ramp, using these parts from the original sort of donor set of most of these ramps and so on. And they've all got the nice Island Extreme logo on as well. So I figure I'll have, instead of them two in a row on each side, I'll have sort of two up to a platform and then two back down there to make it L-shaped, just to make best use of these quite large unwieldy pieces, because they're actually 8 by 2 on the bottom. So yeah, not too easy. And maybe have a different coloured texture in there, and then continue that black and white line along there, that wall, and build in the structure there, and we'll almost be done. Though I think it's going to be a bit messy around here with all the different levels. Don't know yet. Yeah, and then we need a bit more detail, a bit more stickers, a bit more fun, and a bit more scenes, I reckon, and it'll be done. But wow, I am loving how this is looking already. Ho 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 ho, look at that. Looking pretty good now, isn't it? Really coming together. All those ramps all sort of tangled up one over the other, and all of those colours and shapes looking absolutely great, if you ask me. And stickers galore. It's my favourite. Yeah, it looks really, really interesting. Kind of makes you want to look at all the details, which is what I like, all the way from our lovely guy wading through poop down here to, well, I've done loads since last time. We've got now the Gravity Games sticker on that ramp, and I've got an X Island Extreme one on there, and that ramp one was on a clear background. So yeah, it looks really interesting, kind of like a cutout on the Azure one. Turned out I had another sheet of skate stickers, and that, incidentally, that's the big one that I carved up to make the Tiny Turbo's little stickers. So that is that side, looking pretty full actually. We've got the wheelchair guy at the top of the ramp as well. Some people sort of having a chat or waiting for their turn. And yeah, maybe I'll put some more on the sort of middle section as well. The old guy, of course. Then onto this side, I've got the black and white checkered wall, which looks kind of like one of those optical illusions in a way. It's a bit of an eyesore, but I thought it would be another interesting colour combination to kind of get into the city. And we've got the slope going into the wall, and then more slopes at the bottom, and then inverted slopes at the top, apart from this section, which is going to go even higher for that big drop-in ramp, which I think will be even more scary. Well, I say even more scary. Is the slide not the most scariest bit of all? I think so. It looks absolute death trap, but this young lady is definitely willing to give it a go. So she'll career down there, get a speed up bonus probably from those arrows. That's usually what happens on a computer game, isn't it? And maybe career straight into this series minifigure roller derby girl who's practicing here. And yeah, there's my new ramp actually, with the two slopes on either side. And I've kind of made a white and red hazard stripe area with loads of triangular tiles. And I did use that X sticker as well in the corner just to fill it all in. And Monkey is kind of hidden a bit now, but yeah, maybe it's been there for ages and it's kind of had a ramp built in front of it. So yeah, that's really good. And then we've now got 5 of these yellow banners along the back wall. And I've run out of 1x1 round bricks in white. So we're using a couple of Vita Rush cans to hold up that middle one. I may change that later because I think they'll be used more useful elsewhere essentially. But yeah, looking really good. So I need to finish up this ramp in and some steps up to it, and then continue sort of bricking and tiling in this area. So over here, we've got one more of these 8x16 base plates. And then rather than use a second one, kind of learnt from doing the other side, I'm just doing a combination of plates that will be covered up, and it will be nice and strong with things cut into it to make the best use of all the space available. So I think that'll be really good. And then another suggestion from one of you was to use these sort of small starter ramps, kind of joined together, the ones from the stunt set, just as a pair, just to make a sort of shallow ramp. And I thought that might be sort of a beginner's ramp that might be up here, or maybe just start on there, do that, and even do a death-defying leap down there. I've got no idea. But anyway, it's just an area that would be grey otherwise, so why not make that bright and colourful? So yeah, I think I'll give that a bedoing, and if I've forgotten your bedoing, then yeah, it's over here. Sorted. Cool. So a few more things to add, but looking pretty good. Wow, I am so happy with how this came out. I've wanted a skateboard part for an absolute age, and along with the mine, it was probably my most anticipated sort of area that I'd always contemplated doing but never actually got to. Mainly because I didn't really have the space in the old city to do it properly. And to be fair, before all the stunt sets came out, it would have been comparatively small and rubbish, to be honest, because those colourful ramps really make all of the difference, don't they? But yeah, this is such a busy scene, full of colour and interest and different things going on. It really requires you to come up and have a good closer look. So I finished the big tall drop-in ramp. And this young lady's contemplating taking it on. She looks quite cheery at the moment. She might not afterwards, but she's got her hat in hand, so that's very sensible. Wouldn't want to do that without protection. Some of these older skateboards have got stickers on the bottom, and I think they're really interesting, but quite hard to show off. And they can't go in a minifigure's hand. They don't fit the older stars, so I just thought I'd leave them there. Maybe some people are watching or doing some roller skating and left them there for a moment. There is the bright orange sort of starter ramp, I suppose you'd call it, with a young fella on a scooter on it. And I think that's better than having a more, big grey area. We'll probably have access from this side with some steps up here or from whatever's in this area. But yeah, for now, that's sort of, you'll have to imagine that's where people can come into the area. And I've got these great big lights now as well. One on each side with these Island Extreme banners on. The sort of floodlights come from the Skateboard Challenge set, the 6738, that all the ramps have come from, but the actual flags themselves come from the 6736 Beach Lookout set, where they're actually a ramp for the person on the jet ski there. But yeah, I got 3 of those. So I used the third sticker to go on this Azure ramp to be opposite the other one that's a different shape. I thought that was quite an interesting sort of placement. And they really stand out with those clear backgrounds, don't they, on the Azure? And then because I was looking at what I had left, I thought, go on, I'll stick them all on. So I had 2 Gravity Games red ones that were on bricks like this. And I've just stuck those on the purple one. At least the red stands out against that. So arguably now I need one more of these grey box Gravity Games ones to sort of mirror that. I think it might even be available in a different colour as well, so maybe I'll look out for that in Bricklink as well. But yeah, it all comes together into an absolute cacophony, doesn't it? And I've got somebody with some more of the video line costumes on there. This cool dude with his very long hair doing a rail slide or whatever that is. Another rail slide going on here. I had a 1x1 tile, so I just sort of moved all the tiles down and replaced it with a stud so I could attach this guy a slight angle going down, and he looks very pleased with himself. He might not be if he falls off because he's only wearing a baseball cap. That doesn't offer any protection at all. It worries me just looking at him. And then I think the pièce de résistance, but it was in my bag of skateboard stuff, and I thought, well, I just have to include it here because where else would I? Is this hoverboard, which is obviously Back to the Future inspired from that Dimension set. And this guy with a very cheesy grin and some cool shades in his hat, using that, he must be quite loaded to be able to afford a futuristic hoverboard. So that looks really good. Maybe he's chaperoning this lady here, who's on her little pink skateboard going along. But yeah, we've not done all the suggestions today, though for the drop-in ramp, I really like that idea with the coving, whatever you told me it was, on the top. So I'll give you a bedoing for that. A few ideas that I kind of like that I might incorporate later is something going on with somebody flying off here at an angle and maybe even splashing in the water or even being in the water, because you did rightly suggest that skateboarders next to water, well, there's going to be hijinks guaranteed, isn't there? So I haven't done that yet. And I also like the idea, though, I kind of want to see what's here as to whether an ambulance can access, but to have an ambulance in here for somebody who's had a horrific injury and get it all sort of a leg coming out in a very strange angle, that would be really quite fun as well. Well, not for the individual, but definitely for us watching. So yeah, I think that is really good. Oh, and another thing, just using like clear pieces to get some really serious air. But I don't know, now we've got the old guy on this ramp and this guy doing his hand plant and all the rest of it. It's a bit sort of limited where you could have somebody doing something really high. So I think this is good as it is. Also, if I do something really sticking up high, every time I lean over to sort of work on something else, it'll get knocked off. But yeah, this is such a good area, and yeah, it makes full use of all that depth and every square inch of cross section. We'll have to do something even bigger over here if it is at the normal height, if we have a full cross section. I was thinking I could even bring my boys and girls toilets into this section if we wanted, because that's quite a good scene and it's about the right space if we do go for a full sort of normal level bit, because that bit would definitely be the full height up here with the next store on. That's the exotic pet shop where all the exotic pets are escaping, so that'll get reinstated in due course. But yeah, I think the winning suggestion at the moment for this area is a park, traditional park, sort of park benches and trees and plants and flowers and all the rest of it, with this lovely statue in the middle, which just using the only grey horse that they've ever made. I just think that's really beautiful. So I want to make a feature of that, whatever I do. So yeah, anyway, I digress. Back to this. Isn't this just ace fun? You could say it was rad, bodacious. Trying to think of all my other skate terms that we used to use as children. But yeah, I think it looks very good fun. If a little scary for me, because I swear I must have a high centre of gravity, because I have never, ever been even remotely good at skateboarding. Maybe it's a fear thing as well. So yeah, tell me what you think of this. Is there anything I could do better or add even more? Have you thought of a new funny scene that would really add to everything? Love that black and white. That looks really cool. yeah, let me know in the comments section below. Well, I must give you all an extra special thanks again because, as I said at the top of the video, I have never had as many suggestions for changes or improvements, but to be honest, it's never made as much difference as it has here. It is absolutely brilliant now and way better than I was going towards, I think. So I'm very grateful to all of you who give me all of this support from week to week. So that is very much appreciated. And do continue it. So if you've got anything more, as I said before, yeah, add it into the comments section. I read all of my comments. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. Do also remember that you can support the channel if you want by clicking on one of the many links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing a brick haul on Wednesday, and then we'll be back here next week for some more city action. Whether it's a new MOC or just general city work, you should let me know if you have a preference, and I'll see you then. So until then, see you. Very colourful and very fun. Love it.